love it! The chaos is so invigorating!
Alrighty, so the month of July has passed, it's gone, so let's stop and take a look at some of the new Mac games that have arrived for us. Starting us off at number 7, we have Tomb Raider. Okay, this is not exactly a new game, but if you didn't know, the 2013 action-adventure game for macOS, Tomb Raider, has been updated to 64-bit. The game is now using Feral Interactive's latest code libraries and Apple's Metal graphics API for performance enhancements across all supported Macs. If you're running macOS 10.14 Mojave, you can update your copy of Tomb Raider for free on the Mac App Store or Steam. I've started playing Tomb Raider to see how it's going with the performance, and it's excellent. I'm able to play it at a resolution of 2K and it's playing at like 60 frames per second on average. That's awesome. The 2013 Tomb Raider game is still one of the best AAA experiences that you can get on Mac. We do have Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming later this year, so if you want to prepare yourself for that game, it's definitely worth checking this one out again, or if you have never checked it out before. Anyway, Tomb Raider is supported on most Macs back to 2012, but please do check out the full list of supported Macs in the video description. Number 6 is A Short Hike. A Short Hike is kind of like Zelda in a way, if you eliminate the action. You have an open world that is centered around flying and climbing. I can tell that the devs put a lot of work into the style of the game, from the visuals and the sound design. There is also no violence in this game. It's very peaceful and relaxing. It would have been very well suited to being a part of Apple Arcade actually. Despite being a short game, it's still worth taking a look at, and it's pretty cheap. Anyway, A Short Hike can run on most Macs out there from 2011 and onwards. Number 5 is Stranger Things 3, the game. With the recent release of Stranger Things Season 3, Bonus XP have released the official companion game alongside. You can play through events from the series, but also you can uncover never-before-seen quests, interactions, and secrets. Explore Hawkins alone or with 2-player local co-op, solve puzzles, and fight against the terrifying creatures from the Upside Down. The art style for this game definitely represents retro games. They did this to blend in with the movie's aesthetic, but Bonus XP did add in modern gameplay elements. Stranger Things 3, the game, is supported probably on most Macs out there. Number 4, we have Streets of Rogue. After being in early access since early 2017, Streets of Rogue has finally become a full release experience. It's a roguelite set in a procedurally generated city. You will pick a character and then attempt to pass through levels that are filled with their own mission goals. Each level can be played in your own way. You don't have to kill anybody, for example. Maybe you'll use stealth in order to complete a level, or maybe you'll just go in punching and shooting everyone you see. That is entirely up to you. You can play as a soldier, a doctor, bartender, or a hyper-intelligent gorilla. I played only like 15 minutes of this game, so I apologize that there isn't much gameplay, but based on my experience, it runs great on pretty much any Mac out there, low end or high end. Number 3 is Oxygen Not Included. Here we have another early access game that was fully released on the 30th of July. This one is a space colony simulation game. You must help to guide colonists through the inside of an asteroid and over time grow their population. You'll monitor the colonists' hunger, waste and oxygen levels to keep them alive. If you haven't played the game for a while, many things have been added since the game's initial launch. We have new asteroids to explore, 3 new biomes, new buildings to process and update, new colony goals, and just overall balance and polish to make the game more stable. Oxygen Not Included should run on most Macs out there. It's not demanding. Number 2, we have LEGO DC Supervillains. On the 30th of July, Feral Interactive ported this new LEGO adventure game to macOS. It's all set in an open world where you can create your own supervillain and modify their looks, weapons, and personality. Players can explore locations from the DC universe, solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and battle the good guys. You'll be joined by the Joker, Harley Quinn, Lex Luthor, and many others from the Injustice League. I've been playing quite a bit of this game already, and I have to say, it looks gorgeous. Everything is just so colourful and vibrant, and the reflections of everything is really on point. It's just a really good looking game. Anyway, LEGO DC Supervillains is supported on most Macs back to 2012, but please do check out a full list of supported Macs in the video description.
Now get back in your cell.
I think not, Superman. I believe you've met
Metallo.
Number 1, we have Fantasy Strike. So we're doing something different. I have invited the president or developer to talk about what it was like to port Fantasy Strike to Mac. So have a listen.
Hi, I'm David Sirlin, president of Sirlin Games, and we have a new game called Fantasy Strike, which is a fighting game that does things, I think, quite a bit differently than other fighting games in the genre. And I wanted to tell the Mac community that, as a fellow Mac user, I think a lot of Apple's kind of design DNA has found its way into this game. So I developed the game, at least my contribution was all on Mac. I use a 2013 Mac Pro, and we have other developers that use Macs too. We also have some that use Windows. But to me, what Apple's kind of about is, on the one hand, really solid technical underpinnings of things behind the scenes, and then excellent user interface. That usability so good and simple and intuitive that it makes you want to use a product. So that's where we're coming from, and that's what we wanted to achieve with Fantasy Strike. On the technical underpinning side, the network code we have for online play is among the very best in the genre. The gameplay itself is all about strategy and decision making, and it's intended to be very deep. The surface is what I wanted to actually talk to you about, the user interface, the feel of even interacting with it as a piece of software. Like, the life bars are divided into chunks of hit points, so you can tell exactly how many hit points you have and exactly how much damage a combo will do. Your character will light up white whenever it's invulnerable, or red whenever you get hit out of a move. It's called a counter hit, or purple for poison. There's a whole UI in the life bar for if you get poisoned, so you can see exactly how it works and how long you're going to be poisoned. There's a lot of aspects of the game that came down to, like, well, what would Apple do? If Apple was making a fighting game, how would they approach this? So when you play somebody online, how should that actually work? What should you click on? In general, it's a total disaster in fighting games. We have a beautiful in-game friends list. You click on somebody and you challenge them. That's it. Another thing we have is a set of character spotlight videos that help you understand how all the characters work, and I narrate them, tell you what their moves are, what their basic strategy is. UI should be simple, intuitive, and a joy. And so I feel that Apple has really taught me about how to think like that from using their products for so many years. So please check out Fantasy Strike. All right, thanks.
you win.
What do you think of this month's new Mac games? We still don't have many new games available compared to other platforms, but I'm happy with what we've got here. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video, and please leave a like to show your support. It really means a lot to me for all the work I put into these videos. And subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted about new videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.